everybody. It is time for our Thursday morning virtual coffee chat. And of course, we have people in our community that are here or will drop in. And this is all about expanding our skills or talking about things that go on in business, things that you might be, having problems with or struggling with. If you have a question for the morning coffee chat, of course, please reach out and send us the questions if you can't physically be here. But if you watch this on the replay, give us a hashtag replay and give me your aha moment for whatever we talked about. Would love to know what you personally like us to talk about. But for right now, we are going to have our chat and I will let our community introduce themselves. All right, Miss Vedra, introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning. I am Vedra Moon. I am all the way in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina.
And what do you do? What kind of industry or what kind of company are you with?
I am an independent insurance agent, and I'm also with Melaleuca.
Awesome. That is fabulous. So you are really working to build online, or do you do like physical phone calls or?
I am working on both. So I'm working more to building online on Facebook.
Cool. That is, well, you know that social media is where it's going today.
Yes.
So do you have anything that you would like to discuss this morning, or are we just going to fill in with wherever we think this might benefit our listeners?
Well, this is my first time, so I wasn't really sure what to expect.
Well, and sometimes it's trial by fire, right?
Yes.
But that's okay. This is a safe place because most of the time we have 3 or 4 people here. And I think when I saw the event, it said like 13 were coming.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to send out all of the, we got Maria coming. She's, all right. We have Miss Maria coming into our chat. Hello, Miss Maria.
Boy, I didn't even get to see your picture. Thank you very much. Good morning to you.
Well, where are you?
Waiting for my coffee to warm up.
I know, but where's your picture?
Oh, I'm sorry. Waiting for my coffee.
Older people, sometimes it takes us a minute to figure out how to do all of the little buttons and unlock things. All right, we're just doing introductions. Maria, tell us where you're from.
Hi, I'm from Corsicana, Texas, and it's going to be 88 today.
All right. And what company are you with?
I'm with Color Street.
Awesome.
It is dry nail polish.
Yes.
Oh,
and
wow.
They are awesome. Color Street is a fabulous company, and every woman needs to have her nails done.
Yes.
So, do you have a question, Miss Maria, or are you just?
No, I was just going to say I'd never been with a company that had given back to the community so much. They have a lot of, like right now it's suicide awareness, and a specific amount of money goes to fund that, and they give like $50,000 a year. That's a lot.
It is. Every company kind of has, their board or their CEO takes different things. I know that, when I was with Avon Breast Cancer, women, we did marches, Avon sponsored a lot of stuff for, breast cancer awareness and supporting women going through that issue. So it's really nice when companies are doing stuff like that, and that we can use that as a lead-in for people getting to know us, that we are a part of that support for that charity or that cause.
Yes, I never knew that about Avon. Really?
Well, they've taken on, well, at least they did. I mean, I'm not real active, but I still see the marches that a bunch of the Avon ladies still participate in, but they also took up in the later years the domestic violence.
Okay.
So, I mean, Avon was the first company out there doing MLM and giving women a way to work, because women weren't really allowed to work back in when Avon was started in the 1800s. Women didn't work outside the home. So, but did you have any any issues? I know we talked about your issues last week, but do we have anything new that we want to talk about?
No, but I can't say what your post was today verbatim, but you unctioned me. And first of all, I owe you an apology. I said I'd be here last week, and I got in the mode of caretaker with the husband. And before I knew it, I said, "Oh, it's 10 after 11." So things are better. He's doing well.
That's important.
What you said was you cannot look back, but you look forward. So you plan for your forward now.
Mhm.
And so the other thing that you provoked a thought in my head was, why do you keep staying stagnant? Do something out of the box. And then therefore you can create, even if you create a mess in your business, you can always go back and clean it up. You can always go back and validate what happened. So this week I created a mess. I mean, I got on lives. I'm going to do 5 nights. And tonight I'm playing tic-tac-toe. So
Okay.
it wasn't always how the way I would want to sell. But yet, if you have things that aren't moving and it's not old product, but product that doesn't sell as well, you try to bring an incentive.
That's
Is what you've taught me. You try to bring an incentive to. Everybody likes to have a percentage off. I had a person tell me, well, unless it's 50% off, I don't even take a look at it. Well, probably not. You're very frugal, but someone new to my group, someone new that I had, was like very excited just to get a certain amount off. So not shipping, plus they were able to draw on a free gift on my table. So like I said, I really had to think out of the box, but I was short on the planning. So I learned through that. Well, I guess failure would be the right word to say, but I learned through that experience, is the word I was trying to find, that I may have bit off more than I could chew for one night and decided this couldn't go for one night. It has to go for more. And I need more preparation. So I just posted, we're going to start this on Monday. And it went not so smooth the first night, but it was great. It was profitable. People had fun. I was kind of like fun myself. And then, of course, like I said, I was able to prepare more over the weekend for these little tiny gifts. It wasn't anything to write home about. One lady won a free set of nails. Another lady won a set of earrings, just so they could come home with something. I have 2 ladies that are coming over the house, and we're going to have a nail day. So because I thought out of the box and was willing to take the risk, and even though it was money out of my pocket, I've always lived by 2 cliches. I think you heard me say this before. You have to spend some money to save some money. And good is not always cheap, and cheap is not always good. And I took that and I ran with it this week. And I put in my pocket maybe $150 in 3 nights that I wouldn't have done by just sitting.
awesome.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Very good, Miss Maria. I am so proud of you. I
Thank
really,
you.
really am. Because, the thing is it's not about me telling or giving anybody you do this, this, and this. It's about saying you learn by doing. And all of your big inventors, everybody, I mean, Edison, what, 999 times to even make the light bulb. But in each attempt, he learned a little bit something different. So, you try things and you fail, then you say, okay, let me try something different, but you just don't quit trying, because eventually in doing your lives, you've gotten smoother. You've found what's more fun, what your people are appreciating. And it makes a bigger difference when you feel the connection and you feel good about what you're doing, and they are enjoying the camaraderie of what you've created.
Yes.
Kudos to you, Maria. You know,
Thank you. The other thing I was going to say was, guess I forgot. The other thing I was going to say about that was, it's okay if you can't stick to a time frame. Everybody knows what my life is like, but yet when they got on, they had just a lot of fun. It'll come to me what I wanted to say in a minute, but I've already tried to plan out. When I got the calendar, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be too much information. But you know what? I thought back on your testimony, I guess you would call it. And for Mother's Day, I said, well, people get to know who I am and what I'm about. And I didn't get into too much detail. I just told them just the bare facts. Blended family. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But that was very valuable.
very good. Well, the calendar, having the content calendar is a guide, because sometimes it gives you just a little bit of information thinking, oh, I didn't think about that. Sometimes it gives you questions that you wouldn't have thought of. It gives you a variety of things. And that is why I offer it and offer it being sent to you. So you were able to get the one I sent to you, and they will come every month now.
Yes, ma'am. But I've got to make a priority, although I have a big event next week. I was just speaking with my husband. How's he going to take care of himself? Well, I guess I'll make something he could eat 3 days in a row, meatloaf, stew, whatever, something like that. But I've got a Celtic vendors event, and it's far enough away, 100 miles, that it warrants that I have to have a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see how that works out in the interim.
Okay.
So, but yes, it has been valuable.
You try. If it doesn't work, then you say, okay, next year I don't do this one. You find what works, but being out there and putting yourself out there gives you valuable experience, and that's experience for the people you bring into your business too, because if they don't see you doing stuff, if they don't see you trying things, and sometimes our failures are our biggest factors for people saying, wow, she can get back up. I want to follow her. I want to be a part of what she does, because you show that, or they see that you get back up, or that you correct yourself, or that you problem solve through it. And that's what being leaders are all about, Miss Maria. I'm proud.
I remember what I was to say. Sometimes when you feel that you've gone through the company policy and you've read to make sure that you're not doing anything unethical, immoral, or illegal, okay, according to them, I would say that I had so many people watching last night that are in my organization as to the first night I got, well, how did your stash sale go? And I was really bubbly and exciting. And I said, great, I did that. And so I said, come watch me tomorrow night. And she said, tomorrow. And that was it. So she watched the replay the next, and then all three of them got online. But you're not supposed to discount what the company says that you could sell an item for.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody bothered to say what I could do with my profit. So that was thinking out of the box. Exactly. And I got that from one of your videos I watched while my husband was in surgery. That's what provoked this live bash, or attic stash sale, I called it. Attic stash sale. What do you do with your things that you don't use in the attic? You sell them.
That's it. Well, the thing is, when companies make you buy stock, you have to move it. You have to do something with it. And that was my biggest thing, was with Avon and stuff. When they would have bundle sales, I'd buy stuff and then I'd work at selling the rest of it. I would, I did flea markets. I did table sales just like you. And I worked at getting rid of it because the bundle was cheap enough that if I could sell several products, I made my money back plus some.
Yes.
But that's, the thing is you, in being part of where I'm at in life, I did not want to pursue that anymore. But it is a great way to meet people and be a part of things as long as you can keep it where you can manage it. And that's where being out of the box will help you when you start thinking of how you can make it work for you, not just what you see other girls do.
Right.
So
Let's
that's
see about Vidra, what she's doing.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm running circles around myself. I have to take care of all our ranch chores, but I don't mind. And was trying to figure out how am I going to get the feeding in while I'm gone for 3 days. So yeah, we're working it.
That's it.
Sounds
Do you
like
have a
good
neighbor
day.
or somebody that you can get to help you?
I'm gonna pursue her. She's done it before, and she has guys that rent rooms from her, and they've done it. And I'm gonna pursue that. It's gonna be
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I thought about that.
Well,
Haven't seen you in a long time.
Well, Vidra's new with us. This is Vidra's first chat with us, Miss Maria.
My goodness, she looks like someone else that has been on here, and I can't think of what her name was.
But no, Miss Vidra's new. I'm not sure who you're talking about. It might come to me, but Miss Vidra is you missed her introduction. She's with health. She does a health insurance or as a insurance, and she's also in Melaleuca with me.
Life insurance, actually. Yeah.
Life insurance. Okay, I knew it was insurance.
It's okay. Yeah, I do life insurance, and I'm also with Melaleuca, and I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I did. We did the life insurance and way back in 85, my husband and I in securities, and we were gone, and then it came to me, well, you have one time to raise your kids, so it's now or so I just backed off. I had to take care of home first.
So it
So
means,
how are you,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
like, how were you building your insurance business? Like, were you doing face-to-face meetings? How were you doing it?
Well, back in the day, we didn't have Facebook and we didn't have cell phones, so it was either you put a recorder on your home phone or had two different lines, but they were mostly through referrals. My husband worked for a place that he just started contacting people through his work and selling them a theory. I don't know what company you work for, but the theory that was going out at that particular time was an organization called A.L. Williams, buy term and invest the difference. So I would do the insurance end of it, and he would do the investments end of it. And we do know one of his driver friends that passed away just in the last couple of years of a massive heart attack. Was his wife was well taken care of. I wasn't able to get anybody to get me the address to find out how she was, but when you move, your husband leaves a company, you kind of lose the contacts, but we just kept working through referrals the best we possibly could. And at a time or two, it got really dead. Keep in mind, we had a blended family of 5 children. So it was like, we all couldn't go at the same time. My husband started work at 3 o'clock in the morning, so he couldn't be out until 9 o'clock at night. And so we had to really rethink this. It was going good. We won a trip to Boca Raton. It was wonderful.
Nice.
By what we did. And I thought they were oranges on the tree and they were kumquats, and I was permanently for the rest of the day like this. So anyway, we went around handing out a flyer that I had made out. We had put some sort of flyer on the bulletin boards at different places you could, like the grocery store or the laundromat. People have to sit there for like ever.
Yeah.
It seems like. And so we did that. We gained a little bit that way. The other thing is I offered to go to a high school to educate the children. They had a day where different professional people came in. And so I was able to talk that way. You can entertain that thought to your school, just an idea. They also have what they call college days too at the high schools. So try that. I don't know what company you're with, but if you're sold on your product, you'll get that out there.
Well, thank you for the suggestions. Like approaching a high school or even a college, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I'm licensed with several companies and I'm working on like building my brand on social media, generating leads on Facebook. And for now, I mostly work from home, just calling my leads.
And what do you think your brand is? What is your niche that's different?
I am definitely into health and wellness, so that's why I decided to partner with Melaleuca because being an insurance agent, taking care of my health makes sense. A lot of
Yes.
times when I talk to the clients, asking the health questions is part of the application. And when I just hear sometimes how many prescription medications somebody's on, that definitely reminds me that health is wealth.
I see.
Um, yeah, so I'm definitely into health and fitness, taking care of myself. I run marathons, so I do post about that on Facebook as well. Every time I'm working out, running a marathon.
I only can wish. I've had so many foot surgeries. I could, if there was an animal loose, I'd run, but that's about be the only time I'd run. You work for several companies, so you're considered as a broker. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a lot of different, a variety of things. It's just life insurance.
Yes, I focus mainly on final expense.
On final expense. Had you thought
Yeah.
of broadening that to health, accident and health?
I am licensed to do that, but then I don't do a lot of that. And I have also looked into doing a universal life. Like I just recently learned about that, so I'm still learning more about that before I start offering that.
Because in this day and age, we are over, we're in the retirement age. I just was telling my husband last night, I need to retire. And I'm, you know, when we moved to the country, I said, we're going to have a calmer way of life. No, it's sped up. It's sped up about 50%. And then we had another 40% on top of it when we moved here to Texas. So
Wow.
I said all that to say this. I have found out when you broaden your horizon and don't just commit to just one thing, then you have, like Karen has, several different incomes coming from different sources. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And when we were with that marketing agency and I got licensed in accident health, we talked to seniors. So today you either buy a supplement, which I have, or you go through an advantage plan. A lot of people go through an advantage plan, don't pay the monthly amount. But yet when something catastrophic happens, it's a lot of out of pocket.
Yeah.
So you could probably, being a broker, hook yourself up with someone that is like, there was someone in Oklahoma. I was laying in a bed with a broken leg and I had just exactly 48 hours to get this whole thing figured out. My husband let me know. I gave my notice. I'm gone in 10 days. And I went, so where was the income going to come in? And what were we going to do about insurance? And here I am, I'm needing physical therapy. And I mean, all this stuff, I didn't sleep. So I started searching and there was a company in Oklahoma that'll come to me who it was. And they helped walk me through and educate me as to what the difference was between the advantage and a supplement. And I can see you doing that because you are, you have a lot of health awareness to you. And so that could be of a benefit, because you could say, I have done this, this, and this. So you're speaking from experience there. Karen, I didn't mean to take your whole meeting, really.
No, you're doing good, sweetie. You know,
Okay.
I've done whole meetings by myself, almost with taking over. So no, I'm no. This is a chat, and sometimes I lead, and sometimes other people lead. So no, it's Maria, I love you.
Thank you. You know, I would just say, just entertain the thought. You know, pray about what would it look like. It might not end up at first what you thought it would look like. But I keep saying what Karen keeps saying, just don't give up. Just don't give up. Because once you give up, you've defeated your whole purpose. And why would you have spent all that time, effort, energy? Oh my gosh, my soapbox is big today. Why would you devote all that time, effort, and energy to just give up? And sometimes other people talk and they make you want to feel like you're gonna give up or want to give up. But then you have to go to another room and actually talk to yourself and say, well, who puts the bread and butter on the table? And who's the one spending all this time, effort, energy? And why are you even doing this? Don't listen. And I really have had to learn to do that just recently. And I've been with Karen for 5 months, 4 months, 5 months, Karen, somewhere about that. And all of a sudden something she says will click. And it's like, oh, this is what she was talking about. Okay. So I literally break the habit. Like if I was thinking of this, sitting at my dining room table, which is a mess because it has bags all over it and nails behind me and open goodies where I got to get shipped out. I got to spend the whole day doing that. If that thought comes up, I actually leave. So I learned something that was taught when my kids were younger. If they had anger issues, you act like a fire drill and you leave the house. So if this was a bad thought and it's burning my brain, I was going to leave the spot I'm in and go and think of another hour outside and hang out clothes the other day, and got rid of that because I saw what nature was outside. I saw so much positive that it just filtered out the negative. And that's all I got to say.
You know, I was I'm in, I won't say invested. I'm doing a year. I think his program is a year. He drops different lessons in every week. I'm doing Peter Sage's Ultimate Self Mastery, and he was talking about his journal of magic moments. Now, some people call them a journal of wins or a list of wins. He calls it a journal of magic moments. And when he went to prison, he said, of course, he couldn't have his regular, you know, he was in prison, and he started his magic moments journal, a new one, just for prison. And he was there for 200 days. It was a contempt thing. It wasn't that he did anything really bad. It was a court case that he ended up going to prison for contempt. And it, you know, the thing, it was all cleared up. He says, but in going into prison, he said, he looked at it as, okay, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? How can I walk my talk? And the story of all that, I just bought his book. It's called Inside Track. It should be coming. But he ended up writing a book, but he was writing letters to his clients while he was in prison, talking about the different things. But he talked about this journal of magic moments, because when you get down, and this is something for all of us, it's, you know, it's being able to pull it out. Or how many of you like Matthew McConaughey? Anybody like Matthew McConaughey? He wrote his book Green Lights from the journals. He's been keeping a journal his entire life, journals and journals. And he was able to go back through his journals and write the book because it documented almost all of the ups and downs and the stuff. But that's the same thing with your magic moments one, is writing down when something, like Maria, you're talking about your successes and your things with your attic stash sale. You had magic moments, and you have to write those down, because when we get down, when we have all those no's, when we get that whole week of no's and we ain't sold nothing, we ain't had nothing happen. And we're saying, oh my God, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I'll do this. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
When you have those times, because the no's are there and they're going to happen. And anybody who thinks that they can just be in business and sell stuff because, oh, everybody needs it. Well, there's so many people out there offering the same thing as you. I had a brand new person. I add friends to my list all the time, my friends list. And I had a girl reach out and say, and she just started talking about, hey, how did you find me? And I told her, and she says, well, how are you feeling? What are your health goals? She just dove right in, and I'm like, okay. So I said, well, my health goal is to be at 100 years old, feeling as disease-free, being as disease-free as I am now at 65. That's how I answered her. And she goes, well, I have something that'll help you with that. Okay. So I said, well, why don't we have a virtual chat and and talk about it? She goes, well, I can answer and share so much more here. I'd be glad to have a phone call. But I said, well, if all you want to do is sell me a product, I decline. I decline. I want to get to know you. I told her, I said, I like referring people and products, but she sent me a video link. I clicked on it just to see what company she's with. And it's another one out there that I've been pitched many times. But why would I recommend her or somebody who actually took the time to talk to me? Not that I love where I'm with my health and wellness, and I don't personally need it. But the thing is if you don't talk to somebody, you don't get to know, do they need it? And if you add to what you're doing or you change companies, then all people remember is that all you were wanting to do was sell me, sell me, sell me. And I did a coffee chat yesterday with a wonderful lady, and she was exhausted. She said, I'm not doing a business. She said, everybody keeps pitching me to come to their company. She says, I'm not doing anything. She says, I'm an accountant and I'm working my way back down the ladder. She said, she lost her mom a year ago. And she said, I'm happy with where I'm at. But all these people keep wanting to pitch me. I said, I'm not here to pitch you about anything. She's already with Melaleuca. I found out she's with Melaleuca. So I didn't have to sit there and try to, but I'm always about inquiring, how are you taking care, but it came out in the conversation. And I said, I'm here to be your friend. I'm here to support you and say, you're going to be just fine. All of this we go through the up and down and the valleys, but she was wonderful. And it was a good conversation. And I was proud that I could just be her friend because I'm not looking for that sale. I told her I wanted to see, how can I serve you? I have other resources, other things. There wasn't anything I could serve her with except being a person that cared. And said,
hi, Marcy. Forgot to say hi, Marcy.
Marcy, I let her in and then I haven't seen her. And so without a picture here, it's hard to remember you're there, Marcy. You are there. I appreciate you dropping by. How are you today? Is she still here? Yeah, she's still here.
I think it takes a minute to figure out how to unblock the video and unblock the.
Yeah, well, she's got her mute and her video off. So
yeah,
I'm here.
I'm glad you're here. We like seeing pictures to know who's here and part of the chat.
I know, but I'm dealing with my 18-month-old grandson and eating and getting my medicine. So,
All right. We forgive. It's just, we get to chat and then we forget. I don't keep the chat up to always know, or the thing of who's in here to know and remember. So I appreciate, that you're here and that you're part of it. Did you have a question or anything you wanted to say about anything we've been talking?
no, not right now.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Miss Vidra, I'm excited that you are here for our chat. Is there anything you want to add to our chat before we close it out?
No. And it was nice meeting all of you. And Maria, thank you for the suggestions as far as like building my insurance business. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. I figure in life, and I've always said this, knowledge is powerful, but what good is knowledge if you can't share it?
Yeah.
Well, knowledge
And
is really
so-
powerful if you take action with what you learn as well.
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
have to be able to take action, but you never know, when you're building businesses, where nuggets are going to come from and what other people have done that might be useful to you.
Yeah.
So we
May work.
appreciate you sharing.
May work, may not, but it's what I did for a short period of time. And before that, it was Avon. See?
Yep. All right, ladies. Well, it's been a pleasure. And I hope you can join us again next week, of course, on our Thursday. And if not, hashtag replay for anybody watching on the replay. All right, ladies. Bye.
Have a good week, Vidra.
Thank you.
Hi,
You too.
Marcy.
Have a good week, Marcy.
Hi, my name is Karen Thomas. But guess what? That is not important. What's important is your success online. I can help you start a successful, thriving business online, no matter how many times you have failed. If you have a desire to win, you can. All you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop or desktop, and be able to follow simple directions. Reach out to me and I can show you exactly how.